Patriots post-game show. That was something. We talked about it prior to the game. This felt like a possible coach-it-up win for the Patriots, and they got it 23-17. They played a very, very well thought out, executed, well-coached game, both sides of the ball, and they slayed the giant here, Evan.
Yeah, I think that's where we have to start is, Bill Belichick and the Patriots coaching staff, Josh McDaniels, they've taken a lot of flack here of late, both because of their decision-making in games, game planning, play calling, but also decisions in personnel with Belichick, coaching decisions, but also in terms of GM decisions as well, drafting and things like that. Tonight, they got great performances out of their young guys. They played the game the way they need to play the game. They knew that if they could get a lead on Baltimore and force Lamar Jackson to throw his way back in the game, that they were going to have an advantage. They used their personnel on defense. Although it's still limited in a lot of areas, it's the best possible grouping that they could get on the field out there tonight. We could break that down a little bit too. And then obviously leaning on that running game, which is an elite running game. This is not, there's no real saying how much better you can get as a running team than what the Patriots are right now. The whole world knows they're running the football. They're handing it off to Damian Harris, and yet they're still able to move the football, which is really impressive.
Yeah, and Evan, and again, we've talked about it basically all year. The formula to success is that is what they did tonight. Is you have to run the ball the way that they did and get those 6-7 yards early on first down. If you're going to be able to do that, get yourself into second and shorts, third and shorts that are manageable. Shrink this playbook for Cam Newton, and man, was it shrunk tonight. They did not ask him to do much. And in fact, if you look at the final numbers, he didn't attempt to pass to a receiver that wasn't named Jacoby Myers all night. It was Jacoby and then the backs, and that was it. And then it was just hand off the ball, hand off the rock, and that's all they did all night long, and it worked. They did get into a bit of prevent offense mode there in the fourth quarter, where
it was absolutely pouring here. It was
I know that
an absolute monsoon. And I think the worst thing that you could have done in that situation, because I know it's frustrating to watch the Ravens claw their way back into this game slowly but surely to make it a little bit interesting there. But if you guys could have seen the rain that was coming out on that field, the worst thing that you could have done was drop back the pass and have Cam Newton fumble or throw an interception or something like that and give the Ravens favorable field position. So they played field position. They punted the ball off. They got them pinned deep, and they were able to get out of there with a win. That had to happen because of the rain.
Yeah, and it is amazing and so everybody knows Evan's somewhere tucked away in a press room at Gillette Stadium right now. We're not going to send him outside into this. It does feel like the rain has subsided a tad, almost right as the game ended. But you're right. By all accounts, everybody there. How much of a factor was that for the entire fourth quarter? It's from the accounts from you and other reporters down there. It was getting worse and worse and worse as the entire fourth quarter went on.
So the beginning of the fourth quarter was pretty much how it had been all game long. But then as the game wore on, especially on Baltimore's last drive, it was like the gods that did us a favor here on that last drive, because it just started. The wind, the rain, it was like almost like borderline hurricane out there for a little while there towards the end of the game. So I was in my head, I was like, man, this conservative play calling is really going to kill them, and it's really going to set them back, and they might end up losing this game because they keep on running the ball into 10 people standing right there in front of them. Baltimore, towards the end of the game in the fourth quarter, really knew the Patriots weren't going to throw the ball that much, and they were walking everybody down to the line of scrimmage, maybe one safety deep, if not at any safeties deep at all. And they were run blitzing. They were shooting gaps from the second level. They were getting up the field. They were trying to come after the Patriots running game, and it worked. And that really was what led to a lot of the slowdown for the Patriots offense. If the rain had stayed the way it had been the rest of the game, I think the Patriots offense would have stayed the same.